Hi, this is Joseph, and in this video we're going to talk about how you could potentially trade the FOMC statement tomorrow, Wednesday, March 18th, 2015. Now we're going to begin by looking at the Japanese yen futures. I highly recommend that if you are trading the dollar yen or any yen crosses, if you get an opportunity, take a look at the Japanese yen futures. This particular chart right here that you're looking at is a 1 hour time frame, and it is just Japanese yen futures. You get true volume here, true transparency. It is not a currency cross pair. And I use this as confirmation whenever I trade the dollar yen. And the reason that I'm looking at this one is that I'm trying to set up any potential opportunities on the dollar yen, which we know is highly sensitive to US economic data. So the dollar yen could potentially create quite a bit of activity and a great trading opportunity, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. So if we start off, we look at the Japanese yen futures 1 hour time frame, and I'm looking for opportunities or signals, but so far I really don't see anything. Right now I have this major range of consolidation right here. Here is my low, here's my high. You can see that there was a spike a few days ago that went to the upside, but it didn't continue. It was not a continuation breakout trade. So the same techniques that I use on the 1 hour time frames to identify those breakouts on the currency pairs, I do the same thing here with the Japanese yen futures, and I also look for the same patterns in the dollar index. And if a 1 hour candle closes outside of this range here on the Japanese yen futures, it just might give me an opportunity to use this as confirmation to trade the dollar yen. Now we're going to go take a look at the dollar yen. Now if we take a look at the dollar yen, this is my MetaTrader platform. We're looking at the daily chart, and you can see that the last several days has been pretty choppy, very confusing. Really not a whole lot of direction on this chart. Let's go ahead and drop down to the 4 hour. The 4 hour again holding inside of that overall consolidation pattern right there on the 4 hour time frame. And if we take a look at the 1 hour time frame, this is where I get the same information that I see on the Japanese yen futures. So I'll go ahead and set up my overall consolidation range. Here's my support level. This actually happened last week and it's been in place for quite some time. So I've got a resistance point from last week, and then I've got that spike low. Now, if price does come down towards support, I do have to respect the overall low from last week, and I want to see a 1 hour candle close outside of that range. This is actually the inverse of that chart that I showed you just a minute ago on the Japanese yen futures to the upside. So if a 1 hour candle closes outside of this range here on the dollar yen, with the high being here at 122.01 approximately, and that low here at 120.60, if a 1 hour candle closes outside of that range with all three indicators confirming the breakout, I'll trade it as a continuation breakout trade. And if you've been watching some of the videos on my channel, you'll know that on the continuation breakout trades on the dollar yen, when I trade that and execute on that pair, I normally see a 55 pip profit on that trade. Now we're going to go back to the dollar index. This is just the dollar index all by itself. Again, this is the 1 hour time frame, and I'm still looking for those same patterns, which would be reversals off of support or resistance or the breakout trade. And here I've got a major range of consolidation here on the 1 hour time frame for the dollar index. And again, if I do see a 1 hour candle that closes outside of this range, I want to see the indicators confirming, and it might give me an opportunity to use this for confirmation if I'm going to execute on the euro dollar or the pound dollar. So now we're looking at the euro dollar. We're looking at the euro dollar 1 hour time frame, and I'm going to show you my overall consolidation range here. We've got a spike high from last week at 1.0683, and then we have this week's low down here at 1.0463. Now it is a pretty large range of consolidation, but it is sufficient. If you've been watching the videos on my channel, when I talk about the continuation breakout trade, one of the primary factors that could potentially lead to a head fake, meaning a false move outside of that consolidation, is if the overall high and low of that range of consolidation is too small. So what would be a range that would be too small? Personally, I need to see a range that's larger than 50 or 55 pips. I would prefer 80 or 100 pips from the high to the low of the overall consolidation range. Now this is a range of consolidation that's been put in place for quite some time. Obviously, it's a reaction due to market participation and hesitation with FOMC due tomorrow, and everybody sort of on hold until we see that statement, looking for the possibility of them removing certain key words within that statement that could have a major impact on interest rate policy, which will directly have an impact here in the currency markets. And that's why we started off with the dollar yen. Again, the dollar yen is hypersensitive to US economic data, but so is the euro dollar and the pound dollar as well. So we're looking for opportunities and signals to trade these as breakouts if we get the results that we're expecting or anticipating with tomorrow's FOMC meeting. Again, we're waiting for a 1 hour candle to close outside of this consolidation range. If a 1 hour candle closes outside of this range, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, as a result of or after FOMC and that statement hitting the market, we need to confirm it with the Bollinger Bands, the CCI, and the MACD histogram, just like we will on the dollar yen, and we can trade this as a continuation breakout trade, trading the trend that develops afterwards as a result of the news, and this pair could also earn us potentially 55 pips on a breakout trade. And now we're looking at the pound dollar. This is the 1 hour time frame. These are the same indicators and the same basic range of consolidation. My high of consolidation here is 1.4854 approximately and 1.4699 approximately as a support level. This is, again, a sufficient range of consolidation. It's not too tight. Again, if it's too tight, it could lead to a head fake. And if a 1 hour candle closes outside of that range, it might come back inside of that consolidation range. But that most likely won't happen here because this consolidation range from the high to the low is sufficient. It's more than 55 pips. Remember, I'm waiting for a 1 hour candle to close outside of this range, and then I'll be waiting for that signal to occur and then confirming with the Bollinger Band, the CCI, and the MACD histogram. Now, that's not to say that I won't get any trading opportunities trading inside of this consolidation range. If I want to trade inside of this consolidation range, I'll have to use the other tech that I refer to as the HL30, which is really a bounce off of support or resistance, and it's a short-term trade. Here, if we do see a breakout here on the pound dollar, this would also potentially earn us 55 pips on that breakout trade. And then we'll also be looking for opportunities in the yen crosses. When we trade breakout trades on the yen crosses, we can earn much more than we do trading the majors. For example, last week we had a continuation breakout trade on the pound yen, and we earned 250 pips on that trade. And it was executed as a continuation breakout trade. But please keep in mind, if you're going to be trading the dollar yen or the yen crosses, if you get an opportunity, take a look at the Japanese yen futures just to make sure you get an extra form of confirmation there before executing. But in most cases, because consolidation has been put in place for so long, that pent-up anticipation could lead to a great trending move tomorrow, depending on what the FOMC statement actually contains. Now, I will be executing all trades through my trade copier program, which will automatically execute the trade for you onto your MetaTrader platform. If you like this video and you want to get more information about these trading strategies, please click the subscribe button so that you can get instant notification when I put up a brand new video tutorial. Or you can visit my website right now by clicking the Visit My Website button, and I have some free trading manuals for you and extra video lessons with some special discount offers to use my Forex signal service that will automatically execute all of these trades for you onto your MT4 account.